Vi har kørt over 3.000 kilometer på den ubeskrivelige smukke Sydø, inden vi kørte ombord på færgen, der sejlede os op til Nordøen. Her fortsætter vores autocampertur New Zealand rundt. Det første stop her på Nordøen, det er den lille familiedrevede vingård Coney. De har lige anlagt et par holdepladser, hvor vi er kørt ind for at holde med autocamperen, og her skal vi altså bo i nat.
One of the large hiring companies, obviously in an attempt to widen the range of interest for visitors, thought that spending a night or a couple of nights on a vineyard was better than going to the camping ground or fruitlessly searching for a free camping, because as people who think that are going to adopt free camping, you find that it's not so easily. Like the world is closing in. New Zealand, of all places, you should be able to park by a lake or in a forest, but in fact, the authorities are slowly but surely closing all those out. So, yeah, we were invited to do it. I pulled out 2 short rows to allow a turning circle for a Mercedes-Benz or a Volkswagen. So, yep, it wasn't an elaborate thing to do. Neither they nor we had any idea about whether it would be commercially successful.
Tim er både passioneret og herlig, og vi taler længe om hans livsværk, som han også meget gerne viser frem.
Because we're different hemisphere, we start our growing period in September. The buds burst, and then we start running, because whatever people told you, the vines are more or less grow like triffids. And so you're trying to control the greenery, keep them nicely tucked up between the wires. There must be about half a dozen operations that you do plant by plant. If you're doing things on a small scale like ourselves, the plants are tended and crooned to. Probably half a dozen times, and so eventually, of course, the ripening process starts, and the reason for the nets is just to keep the birds out. There's a good, healthy bird population. They know perfectly well when the grapes are getting ripe, and our job is to keep them away, because if you didn't net the vines, you could probably lose maybe 70 or 80%. Once the nets come off, which we'll be taking off nets today, we've done our bricks tests, which is to determine the sugar levels. My daughter, who makes the wine, has judiciously tried the characteristics of the fruit and makes a decision about whether they're ready to pick. That decision has been made for one of our Pinot Noir clones, and we'll be picking those tomorrow. So the nets come off today, and then tomorrow we'll get a handful of enthusiasts, and we pick them just into 10 kg bins and transport them to our little winery, which is on the property.
Om et par dage så begynder de at høste her på stedet, så der går naturligvis lige lidt tid, inden man kan smage den vin, der kommer ud af det. Men heldigvis så har de selvfølgelig noget på lager, og det skal vi prøve at smage lidt af nu. Så Liza, do you do wine tasting for everybody here?
Everybody who turns up, yeah. So we have people who come and do just a wine tasting, but we also have a restaurant. So people come and they have lunch and they do a wine tasting, or sometimes they just enjoy a glass of wine.
And how many different wines do you have?
Well, we do 4 different styles of Riesling and a Pinot Gris, a Rosé and 2 reds. It's called lots of different names, but it's the driest of the 4 that we do. So it's got, when I say bone dry, I mean it has less than 2 grams of residual sugar. So we ferment all the natural sugar out of it, and we let it get to complete dryness. So a lot of people expect Riesling to be sweet, but that doesn't have to be the case. It's one of the most versatile white grape varieties in the world, and you can make it bone dry, and you can make it dessert style sweet, which we also do, and you can make it off dry, and this one here has a little bit of spritz in it, so it's spritzy. It's more aperitif, so it's a very versatile grape variety, which makes it a really interesting wine and grape.
Præcis som sin far er Lisa lige så begejstret for deres vine, og jeg er helt enig. Heldigvis har vi et par uger endnu på denne rejse, så der kommer også lige et par flasker eller 3 med i autocamperen. So you have 2 red ones?
Yeah, so Syrah and Pinot Noir. So everybody who grows grapes in Martinborough grows Pinot Noir. It has that perfect match of climate and soil that makes the variety thrive here. We've been, as you know, we planted in '96, so our vines are coming up for 20 years old, but the original plantings in Martinborough went in the late 1970s, early 80s, which was probably some of the very first plantings of Pinot Noir in New Zealand. So this one's called the Pizzicato Pinot Noir. Pizzicato means plucking of the strings, so that's where that name comes from. This is a 2013, so 2013 was considered to be one of the best vintages, growing seasons that we'd had in probably 20 years. So the 2013 Pinots are of very good quality. Mushrooms and forest floor and darker fruits. Some of the Pinots from other regions tend to be slightly more fruit driven, whereas the Pinots here, it's more savoury.
Some wines are so you can almost not eat with them because they're so
full-bodied.
Full,
Yeah. Pinot, like I said, it's very much a light-bodied red.
Good.
So we've been doing it since the start. Our vines are going to be 20 years old this vintage, so they're starting to really tap into the deep, deeper soils and starting to really show the expression of this site. You know, they talk about terroir and the expression of the site that the fruit grows from. So the Pinots are starting to give them, have a bit
very,
more.
very good. I'm not driving today, so I'm gonna drink the rest.
Yeah, good on you. I drank mine.
Når jeg rejser rundt i verden, så deler jeg altid mine oplevelser op i 2 forskellige. Jeg har dem, jeg kalder fluebensoplevelser. Det vil sige oplevelser, hvor jeg for eksempel har været op på Franz Josef Gletsjeren. Jeg har gået på verdens stejleste gade. Og så er der de andre oplevelser, og det er som regel de oplevelser, der giver det allerstørste indtryk. Og det er der, hvor jeg får lov til at møde mennesker. Og det er sådan et sted som vingården her, Coney, hvor jeg i løbet af den her dags tid, hvor vi har boet her, er kommet tæt ind på familien og lært noget om deres hverdag. Det er en lille bitte vingård det her, og det siger noget om, at alle i familien er involveret i, at det her det skal lykkes. Det er det, vi kalder en livsstil. Det er hårdt arbejde, men det er så sandelig også nogle rigtig, rigtig søde mennesker. Så jeg er rigtig glad for, at vi kørte ind og bo her og fik den her ekstra oplevelse med på rejsen.